500 million years ago. The microcontinent was situated near the equator. The Western scientists called it Kazakhstania. The structure with almost full list of elements from the Mendeleev's table inside its depth. What secrets does Kazakhstan soil have? How rich is it? Natural resources are the history of our land for thousands of years.
Gold is the most mysterious and alluring metal. The way it was formed in the crust of our planet has been raising debates among scientists. At the same time, this very metal moved humanity to the next level of its development, the experts say. The way gold has affected lives of civilizations since pre-ancient times only proves its specific role as not only a noble metal, but also a sort of quality standard of life. From the ancient times, gold has attracted attention of human beings. It was a hero of legends. It was worshipped and demonized. It became a source of inspiration and reason for wars, being closely associated with power. The Bible golden calf became a symbol of richness, money, and greediness in the new European culture. The golden fleece, protected by a furious dragon, was their guarantor of a happy life to ancient Greek Colchis, while the Incas worshipped the golden disc representing the god of the sun. The properties of gold, they were the reason why this metal has its special place. Gold is inert and almost does not react to the external environment. It does not oxidize or change its state, which allows staying in nature in a pure form. It has to be said that humans are so in love with this metal that they give unusual qualities to it. For example, phrase dazzling glare of gold is an exaggeration. As a matter of fact, gold doesn't glare that much. Although it's hard to smelt gold, it is soft, which is good for forging. By the way, despite gold being called a noble metal, the desire to possess it sometimes revealed the most evil human instincts. It is a disease of human passion, a gold fever. Thus, it is not a surprise that this yellow metal, which so many humans have died for and continue dying, has become an equivalent and universal mean to save and pay. This metal is not only a symbol of fortune, it is an absolute companion of human health, aesthetics, and even technical progress. Gold was used not only to make jewelry, but from the ancient times, it had been widely used in medicine. Ancient Egyptians produced dental prostheses from gold alloys, and Middle Ages doctors used gold to treat infectious diseases. Today, this metal is very popular among plastic surgeons. Gold is widely used in electronics, chemical, and food industries. The history of human relations with gold counts many thousands of years, archaeologists say. The oldest artifact was found in Bulgaria. Some golden items discovered during the excavations date back to the 5th millennium BC. Many other sites where ancient people had mined gold were discovered on our planet. They are located in Africa, South America, Canada, Ural, Russia, and so on. Kazakhstan territory is also among these countries. Almost 50 years ago, a unique archaeological artifact was found in the Almaty region. The scientists discovered an unspoiled grave containing rich treasures, dating back to the 5th century BC. Inside a wooden log of a 7-meter-high kurgan, the archaeologists found remains of a young man dressed into splendid festive attire and fully armed. A tall golden hat was embroidered in golden plates. On his neck, the warrior had a spiral torch, and sword belt, sword and arrows were also decorated with gold. Today this artifact is one of the symbols of Kazakhstan, the Golden Man. According to historians, the tribes of herdsmen were those who discovered this yellow metal. While moving along dried-out riverbeds and driving herds, they found gold deposits and placers. Saka tribes that lived in the territory of Kazakhstan knew about gold-bearing nature of this part of the continent. There are many artifacts to prove that Saka tribes had well-developed mining industry and metallurgy. During the Bronze Age, ancient miners exploited iron, copper, tin, lead, gold, and silver deposits. The scientists also discovered numerous artifacts belonging to the mysterious Andronovo culture. This outstanding civilization is closely associated with widespread of metallic labor tools, armor, and jewelry. Scientists are also aware of the Andronovians' passion towards mining of metals. The corresponding evidences are displayed in the Regional Local History Museum of Akhmola. The Bronze Era. During the Bronze Era, the territory of Akhmola region was inhabited by Andronovo tribes. In this hall, there are also women's attire of the Andronovo culture and jewelry of the Bronze Era, as well as ceramic items used in households and different items discovered during excavations. The traces of this culture can be found around the largest gold mines of Kazakhstan. For example, there are evidences that ancient Andronovo cities existed near the current largest Vasilkovskoye deposit, located in the Akhmola region. The history of this deposit began in the 60s of the 20th century, within the project for searching and exploring rare and powdered metals. The developments were performed by the Kokshetau Geological Exploration Expedition. At that time, the quarry at the Kosebsky State Farm was developed in this territory. Slag for household and practical needs was mined here. By the way, as old presidents say, some part of the slag was used to construct the road between Abay and Kızılsay, and this road is called Gold Road now. But nobody knew then that the rocks from this quarry contained gold. The truth was revealed in 1965 when geologists got results of analysis of probes taken from the quarry. The content reached 6 grams per ton, which caused need in searching and exploration works in the surroundings of the quarry. Vasilkovskoye ore field was the first to be found by geologists, followed by Vasilkovskoye deposit, called in the name of the nearest village of Vasilkovka, which exists nowadays. In 1975, the USSR State Commission for Natural Resources Reserves brought its estimates, and construction of the mining and processing plant was initiated. But after the collapse of the Soviet Union, the construction was not finished. Vasilkovsky mine was opened in 1981. The first mining at the mining and processing plant was conducted in 1981. But we saw the first gold much later. Vasilkovskoye deposit is located near 20 kilometers away from Kokshetau, the center of Akhmola region. In geological terms, the structure of the ore field consists of rocks that belong to Precambrian and Paleozoic eras. The deposit belongs to stockwork type. Stockwork is a system of structurally controlled or randomly oriented rock veins that contain minerals. The deposit is located in the intersection node of Dongulash northwestern and Vasilkovsky northeastern faults. Vasilkovskoye deposit was formed in the result of tectonic disturbances, which caused faults of different orientations. Here we can see a fault oriented in the following direction. Today, it is a good day to take photos, isn't it? The second part of the fault is oriented this way. And in the intersection point, of these faults, geological processes of mineralization took place and resulted in formation of gold. In general, gold is closely connected to sulfides. These are pyrites and copper pyrites. They date back to Devon-Silurian period or 700 million years ago. Since its opening, Vasilkovskoye deposit went through a period of declines. At the very beginning of development, 1.5 million tons of oxidized ore were extracted here. And because the gold extraction plant had not been constructed yet, technology of heap leaching was used. This method should be applied under the outdoor conditions at the specially prepared sites.
Но беда в том, что руды окисленные закончились.
Unfortunately, when there were no more oxidized ore, the question was raised that refractory sulfide ores should be processed on a plant which was not ready.
В 2006 году началась интенсивная стройка.
And in 2006, the construction was started at a rapid rate. Thus, some preparation works, including mine stripping, were done. And in 2010, the plant was put into operation, having reached its full capacity by 2011. Today, the industrial capacity is 8 million tons of gold-bearing ore per year. The open-pit mining method with system of deepening is used. The quarry consists of working zone where ore extraction takes place, mined out area, waste dump, transportation and energy equipment, as well as warehouse to keep final products and explosives. The work is done with using the latest technologies. All departments are coordinated by a special control center. The quarry is divided into 3 sections. The task of a controller is to control operation of each of the departments and control continuous functioning of all extraction processes going in the quarry. We have 2 ways to control operation. Firstly, it is radio control. All of the machines are equipped with radio sets, and all units have particular names or so-called call signs. 100 means excavators, 200 dump trucks, 300 crawlers, 400 graders, 500 drilling machines, 600 loaders, and so on. The call signs are used for our convenience, so that we don't need to guess who's calling. All we need is to use the call sign. If you say 202, you will hear a person who is on duty at the moment. In 2010, the Wenco automated mine management system was installed. It allows to send messages and monitor equipment in real time. It means that if a machine is currently operated, all of the processes are displayed by means of colors and statuses. So if the worker goes out for lunch, we can see the corresponding status, lunch, which means the person should not be bothered for a while. Everything is controlled by our system. Rocks and ores of the Vasilkovskoye deposit are dense and hard. That's why explosives are used here. The preparation for explosion is an important process that should be supervised by highly qualified professionals. The term blast hole drilling emphasizes close connection between drilling processes, explosive charge, and explosion itself.
Разрешаю взрыв.
After the explosion, there is the next step.
Погрузка горной массы осуществляется после проведения буровозрывных работ.
Muck loading takes place after blast hole drilling. Then mining surveyors make special survey marks by using pegs. After pegs are placed, the mining control group marks boundaries of mining site, stripping zone using a mining map.
Приезжает экскаватор с трубной картой на руках, производит зарезку на каждый.
Then, diggers make cuts. Each horizon has a special mark.
Мы работаем на
Let's say we're working at the horizon mark 2.5.
отметка 2,5. По этому горизонту мы зарезаемся в блок.
We cut into the block at the marked point.
Работает
Digger driver uses the mining map and monitors which masses should go where.
склады.
Ore mass is transported to ore warehouses,
Точно отвал.
while overburden rocks go to western and eastern dumps.
На своем мониторе система Венка уже видит изначально
A dump track operator sees on his Wenco display
экскаватор
which material is loaded and then follows the route.
отправляется по маршруту разгрузки.
The fleet of Vasilkovsky quarry is equipped with 5 diggers with bucket volume of 15 square meters. In addition, there are front loaders and 31 dump trucks. Each of them can get up to 90 tons of ore from the quarry. Delivery of ore masses to destination points also has its specifics. Roads are necessary for proper and accurate operation. They are constructed in accordance with the requirements provided by the plant producing dump trucks. The road bed should consist of several layers. The bottom layer consists of big stones. The closer is the layer to the surface, the smaller are the stones. Actually, the quarry goes deeper underground and has the form of a big crater. In order to deliver ore masses to the surface, roads designed using special technology should be constructed.
По технологии разработки карьера дороги должны быть вдоль борта.
The technology of quarry development requires that roads should be constructed along the walls. All of the roads should be built along the walls.
Она имеет
Firstly, roads should be from one side.
сторону борта.
Secondly, roads should be inclined under 2 or 3 grades in favor of the wall.
Сами понимаете.
It is very important.
Существует наледь, существует
For example, in winter, there is ice on the road, and dump truck can simply slide back. That's why inclined grade in favor of the wall is needed to provide protection.
Со стороны борта у него есть защита.
Если случился
If there is an incident or some non-standard situation, controller arranges withdrawal of machines, calls an ambulance, rescuers, and send workers to meet them. In general, the organization process is the following. You get information, send it immediately to the controller, who then arranges ambulance, firemen, rescuers, and calls workers to better react in a situation and go down inside the quarry. Controller should also coordinate the whole process. If, for example, there is a fire, you should firstly remove the machines at safe distance. In case there is a rockfall, the routes of machines should be changed so that they should not go through that place, or machines should be stopped. I think that every controller on duty worries about possibility of such situations. That is why the reaction should be immediate if something happens.
молниеносно.
After being delivered from the quarry up to the surface, rock masses are sent to crushing and grading unit where rocks are crushed during several stages. Then crushed mass is conveyed to the plant where the process of gold extraction takes place. The gold extraction plant was built in 2009. It has become the largest innovation project in the country. The reason for implementation of this particular project was the refusal to use heap leaching method when processing gold ores, and decision to introduce complicated combined technology with applying traditional operations to extract gold from ores: flotation, gravitation, and cyanidation. The process of gold extraction is long and complicated. It consists of several stages. Firstly, ore consisting of fractions that are 30 millimeters in diameter is placed to special storerooms of the plant, from where it goes to the fine grinding unit. Here it is crushed to 5 millimeter size in special roller crushers. Then the material is crushed again up to 74 micron pieces in ball mills. 74 microns is 0.75 millimeter. Those pieces that were not crushed to the necessary size go back to the mill. The rest of the mass goes through gravity separation.
Гравитационное обогащение – это способ обогащения по разделению по удельному весу. Золото, как вы знаете, очень высокий удельный.
Gravity separation is a method used depending on specific weight. Gold, as you know, have very high specific gravity. The operation of these apparatus is based on laws of gravity.
Там установлены концентраторы компании Нельсон, и они, значит, улавливают свободные.
There are Knelson gravity concentrators that help to recover fine particles of free gold contained by ore before flotation.
Значит, поступает дальнейшее в флотацию. На флотации, значит, извлекаем основную.
During the flotation process, particles are separated by means of foam flotation. We add necessary chemical reagents and flotation concentrate.
Флотационный концентрат.
In order to better understand, the word flotation originates from French and means the state of floating on water surface. During foam flotation, the particles refined using reagents are lifted on water surface by air bubbles, with forming a layer of foam. A concentrate obtained in the result of flotation condenses, goes through ball mills, and get into bead mills. Then this concentrate continues its way through hydrometallurgical process.
Гидрометаллургический передел, значит, представляет.
The hydrometallurgical process is preliminary oxidation of concentrate. This concentrate contains many mixtures that can hinder the process of gold dissolving.
Предварительно мы кислородная обработка идет, и это называется процесс окисления.
That is why we need oxidation process in first place. It is preliminary oxidation, after which cyanidation or gold leaching with adding cyanide of sodium takes place.
Значит, растворяет, значит, золото у нас твердым.
Thus, from solid state, gold turns into liquid state after entering into reaction with sodium cyanide.
Над цианидом натрия она переходит в жидкую фазу.
Activated carbon is added to dissolved gold concentrate and impregnated with particles of yellow precious metal. After several complicated manipulations, cathodic powder is obtained. This so-called slime contains between 60 and 80% of gold. The obtained powder is dried, burned, and cast into precious bars in special induction furnaces. These bars, of course, undergo expertise to be then sent to refinery plant. This is how gold mined at the Vasilkovskoye deposit starts its new life cycle, and its birthplace is also very unique. Reserves of Vasilkovskoye mining and processing plant provide great opportunities for development of the country's gold industry. It's interesting that nevertheless, people going deeper into the bowels of the Vasilkovskoye quarry, the content of gold in its ores doesn't change.
Сейчас составлена новая модель месторождения и разработан проект.
Now we have a new model of deposit. The project has not been fully completed yet. There is a feasibility study to deepen the quarry to 630 meters. And there are enough reserves here to perform open pit mining till 2033. Moreover, the reserves are estimated to be at 1,000 meter depth, but we cannot say for sure if it will be combined mining or not.
Запасы определены до глубины 1000 метров, подсчитаны.
A ton of ore extracted in the Vasilkovskoye quarry contains approximately 2 grams of gold. By going through purification cycles, thousands of tons of ore turn into a gold bar of outstanding beauty and color. After millions of years, something hidden by nature in usual rocks opens to a human eye. And after millions of years since its formation, gold still remains the most mysterious and desired metal, being a gift of nature to humanity.